What's up, guys? Cruz the
What's
Crusher.
up, Cruz?
What up? Oh, Stone Cold Steve Vance. Well, I was trying to introduce you, Vance. You just ruined it, but that's cool.
My bad. That was my bad. When you said "What's up, guys," I thought you were talking to me.
Well, okay. What's up, guy? That guy, Vance.
That guy. What's up, that guy?
What's up, that guy, Vance?
Oh boy!
Oh,
wow, we're off to a
man.
great start.
Well, I mean, can't get any better than what we've seen this week in sports entertainment. Am I right, Vance? Am I right, Vance?
I would hope it can get a lot better, to be honest with you.
Because, this week was the going home show. I mean, can we even call it that? I mean, there's another pay-per-view again. Am I right?
There's another pay-per-view event called Stomp the Yard.
Stomp the Yard?
WWE presents Stomp the Yard.
Okay, we can roll with that. So
it should be good.
It's a stomp the yard.
It's a dance-centric pay-per-view.
Yeah, dude. So, all right, Vance. I'm just gonna ask you flat out.
No, I didn't touch her.
Oh. Alrighty then. Starting with so it was the going home show for Raw and SmackDown, right? What were your overall thoughts on Monday Night Raw? Let's start with Raw. What were your overall thoughts on Raw?
Here's my thing. I feel like we have been so spoiled with AEW and, with the New Japan coming with the G1 and the Battle of the Super Juniors, that to watch WWE is literally a chore. And I never thought it was like this. I was always like, listen, Cruz, we can't bitch about Raw and SmackDown every episode. But you know what? I started watching last night the Monday Night Wars documentary on the network.
Mm-hmm.
I sat my girl down. I made her watch it with me. And she was really into it. And I was like, you know why WCW lost? Is because they got lazy and they kept pushing older talent for all their head shows. And they weren't bringing up new superstars. And they were relying on old shit. And now with the WWE product being at where it's at, where you're headlining with fucking Goldberg and Undertaker, and Shane McMahon is on every goddamn show, and you're just going back to shit that, maybe it worked in the past, but it's a new generation, man. You got competition now. You got AEW now.
It's true.
People are going to be flipping, and well, I mean, they're not on the same night, but people are going to be watching AEW and seeing what they do because they want something different. This product is just getting so tired and so stale. And I gotta be honest with you, Cruz, I barely paid attention to Raw this week.
And
I watched
YouTube
Vance? Clips for shit that I missed.
It's funny that you say that, Vance, because I was there.
I know.
And you know what,
more
Vance?
into looking for you on screen than the
actual
event.
And it's funny, Vance, because I was there and I barely paid attention. Like, okay, first of all,
can we talk about that? Are we allowed to talk?
Let's talk about this real quick. Shout out to the good people that hooked it up, for me and my girlfriend. I brought
I like that.
Yeah. So I had a hot date, Alexis Amore. Some of you may or may not know who she is. She's a wrestling fan, dude, like a legitimate wrestling fan. She was actually at AEW with us. I actually went to go see her briefly while we were there in Vegas. But that was when I first realized that she was a legit wrestling fan. Vance, she's such a wrestling fan. She's got belts and all kinds of nerdy shit. We're kind of into the same shit. First of all, that's what's kind of like. I think I found a new wife, dude. Seriously,
did you find a girlfriend, Cruz?
She likes horror movies. She's into nerd shit. She's into fucking wrestling. She dressed up like Miss Elizabeth, Vance. A couple of years ago, she went to a live Raw show with her ex who dressed up as Macho Man. She dressed up as like, that's how big of a fucking wrestling fan she is, right?
That's dedication.
So when I got invited, to come out to catch Monday Night Raw live, I was like, who the fuck am I gonna fucking bring? You know what I mean? Right. My dude is in New York filming. Well, actually, he was on his way back home, but he wasn't going to be back in time for Monday Night Raw. So I was like, oh my God, I'm going to hit up Alexis, right? Hit her up. We go over there. We actually go backstage, dude. This was like let's just talk about my experience, because I feel like my experience was more exciting than Raw itself.
I agree. I agree. Let's talk about your experience because
So
Raw was terrible.
so the person that hooked us up, who shall remain nameless,
Person or persons.
person or persons, whatever. They gave us instructions like, okay, you're gonna go through the WWE staff entrance. We got this guy that's gonna take care of you there. Shout out to that guy as well that took care of us. Coming in through the backstage entrance. We go back there. We go through this metal detector, and as we're walking backstage, Vance, I'm seeing all the different setups where they do the promos and the interviews and whatnot. I actually posted a picture on my Instagram of me and Alexis in front of the W sign.
Yes.
Sometimes you'll see Charlie Caruso back there doing a little interview, and sometimes people doing promos and whatnot, right? So I'm seeing all these different setups lit up, ready to go for when they're about to fucking record some shit, right? We're walking back there. I pass Nikki Cross. No big deal. Walking back there. Oh, look, there's Becky Lynch standing in one corner. No big deal. You know what I'm saying?
Was she with her husband? Was she with her boyfriend?
Nah, she was not with her boyfriend. Did not get to see her macking with, fucking the Beast Slayer. Anyways. So we end up in the catering area where, I'm seeing fucking Elias back there. There's a couple of fucking wrestlers hanging out back there. You know what I mean?
I feel like that's where R-Truth would be.
You know what? I was actually disappointed that I did not see R-Truth, but I feel like we didn't see him until SmackDown, right? He didn't. There was
That's
nothing.
true. I don't think he was on Raw this week.
Yeah, I don't think he was on Raw this week. So we're in catering. I meet up with the good people that hooked it up, and they hand us our tickets, and lo and behold, Vance, I look at the tickets because I'm thinking, okay, we're getting comp tickets, It'll either be really good hard camera seats or they're going to be floor seats, right? I open up the envelope and I'm like, holy shit, we have fucking floor seats, dude. All right. So these guys, they walk us towards the entrance to the floor from backstage, right? So we have to go all the way around. And this was cool. Security was all like, no, you got to go around if you're trying to get to your seat. And the dude that was with us was like, no, fuck that. And he gets another security guy and says, can you please take care of these ladies for us? And he led us through that back entrance because where we entered to get to the floor, and I actually posted a video of that as well, is literally right next to the stage where the entrance where the wrestlers enter.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So where we entered onto the floor,
like the ramp.
Yeah, like the ramp. So we entered off to the side of that. There's like a backstage entrance back there. And initially security was all like, no, you're going to have to go around. But then, dude was like, no, fuck that. And then they allowed us to walk through. So we walked through, we get to our seats. We're third row on the floor, Vance. And I'm like, holy shit, dude, these are some fucking killer ass seats. You know what I mean? We actually came out just in time for the main event, which is never aired on Monday Night Raw, but they film it, on Monday Night Raw, and got to see glorious Robert Roode in action briefly until me and my girl decided to get a drink. But anyways, so we come back, and they kick things off with fucking Seth Rollins, and then I think, they did the Braun Strowman versus Ricochet versus The Miz versus Cesaro versus Bobby Lashley, right? Which was an entertaining match.
Wasn't a terrible match.
It
was a pretty good match.
It wasn't terrible. I liked that Ricochet won.
I like Swiss Cyborg Terminator Cesaro.
Oh yeah, like he has his own fucking entrance now. Did you notice that? Yeah, you notice that?
Dude,
I'm like,
did you notice how they gave him an entrance and not Ricochet?
No, Ricochet had an entrance. I videotaped that shit.
Oh, yeah, last week. Last week I noticed that.
I think it was last week. Yeah, because I totally.
Last week they didn't do it.
That was the video that I think I sent you, where I was like, "Oh my god, it's the human fucking video game character." But no, so after that match was over, my girl and I, we were like, we hadn't eaten all day, and I was like, and we were like, we just did a shot of whiskey and a beer, and I'm like, you know what?
Sounds about right.
Let's go backstage and eat food from the catering. So we end up going back there. I got to, and when we went back there, oh dude, it was so funny. We actually we went back there, snacked on some food. I see Ricochet right after he had just won that match. He's backstage already in catering, stuffing his face with food, right? Lacey Evans is back there with her adorable fucking daughter, by the way. And her husband's back there, and she's like sitting at the same table as me and Alexis, and we run into some other people. Fucking Mojo Rawley was back there playing with fucking Lacey Evans' daughter, and then I see Luke and fucking Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson back there, who then introduce us to Dana Brooke. You know what I mean? So
Right.
got to actually meet some people. It was cool. I met EC3 backstage.
Oh, you love EC3.
Oh yeah, I hate him. Anyways,
He's one of your favorite people.
You know what's funny? I've talked so
That's
much.
So funny.
Shit.
You get so hyped. You're going to Raw. You get backstage, and the person you meet is EC3.
The first person, I actually forgot to mention that part. He was the first person I met backstage. In fact, when I first initially went to go get my tickets, right? Oh yeah, this is EC3. Obviously, they introduced him by his real name. But I'm like, oh shit, it's EC3. Hi, nice to meet you. So I was laughing inside because all I kept thinking is, God, I talk so much shit about you on my podcast, and you're the first wrestler that I'm actually like personally meeting back here. This is actually kind of hilarious.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And I'll tell you what, Vance, as much as I talk shit about him, obviously we understand that a lot of these wrestlers, it's their persona. You know what I mean? Like their character. And it's like the character that I hate. So like meeting him, he's actually such a normal, nice guy. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like weird to meet him in a different element. You know what I mean? Where he's not.
Are you a fan now, Cruz?
I'm not gonna say I'm not a fan, Vance, because I don't know him personally, but I will say meeting him, he was a nice guy. He wasn't a dick. You know what I'm saying? Do I like him? I feel like EC3 actually had this conversation with Chris from the Store Horseman, the Darkitect, if you will. And we were talking about how like, because you and I have talked about this before too, Vance, how like EC3 is like, he should be what MJF is to AEW. You know what I mean?
Yes, exactly. I agree.
If EC3 could be like MJF, I probably would like him more. You know what I mean? But for right now, as character, I'm just But
well, I don't know if it has anything to do with EC3 or more to do with the man behind the curtain.
And you know what? After hearing a lot of this stuff that's been been put out there by other fucking wrestlers, if you will, in interviews, if you know what I'm saying, like that's not EC3's fault. Like he's not being utilized correctly. And I mean, look at the way they treated him on Raw. Did you see that? How he came out in the like? I was like, wow. I actually felt bad for the guy, and I like I said, I'll admit I talk shit about him on our podcast all the time, but goddamn, I actually felt bad for the guy. I was like, what the fuck, man? So yeah, had some cool little interactions, back there. And but this is what I'm gonna tell you I got from being there. Okay, like I said, you said you barely paid attention to it. I barely paid attention, and I was actually fucking there. I felt like this Monday Night Raw was just promo after promo after promo.
There was like no wrestling except for that like there was 5-man match or whatever it was.
Seriously, there was like no wrestling at all. You got fucking Lacey Evans and fucking Becky Lynch immediately following that one match with Ricochet and Braun and all them, like doing this.
I mean, you get Rollins and Daniel Bryan.
Right. And that was the main event. We'll get to that in a minute. And then I don't know, dude. I don't know. Didn't Daniel Bryan and Rowan fucking fight the Viking Raiders too? No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
Was that a dark match?
No.
Are you just fantasy booking, Cruz?
No, it was the Viking Raiders fighting against some other team that I fucking didn't even know about. And it was I remember Daniel Bryan came out and did a quick promo. That's what I was thinking of because there were so many fucking promos happening.
Yes.
And then we had the Kevin and Sammy show. Vance,
what do you think of the booking of Kevin and Sammy?
I mean, okay, look, before Kevin and Sammy came back, right? Before they left, before they, had their injuries and whatnot, and before they were gone, I liked them as a duo, Kevin and Sami Zayn. It was cool. Now it's like, I don't really feel that, I don't know, that spark, if you will. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. How do you feel about it?
I love Sami Zayn. I think Sami Zayn is one of the most underutilized guys on the roster, and it's just like it sucks that they just keep losing. Like it's just terrible booking. Like the guy, he's lost his last two matches. Kevin Owens came in. There was no real hype around him. There was nothing really there. The guy was gone forever. And again, he's just fucking buried now on both shows. So it's just like in this wild card rule, dude, I don't know.
This wild card rule is kind of annoying because now they're just taking the wrestlers that they keep showing over and over again every week on both brands rather than utilizing the wrestlers that they already fucking have. You know what I mean? And
it's completely fucking up this whole brand split bullshit.
It's completely fucking. It's like, what's the point in having Raw and SmackDown? You might as well just fucking unify everything if you're gonna do that. You know what I mean? And that's
right.
that's what sucks for a lot of the people. And speaking of shitty, the Kevin and Sami Zayn show, they basically talked about how they weren't going to be the special referee for the Universal Championship match at Stomping Grounds. That's when EC3 comes out, who we were just talking about, comes out in his fucking referee outfit. Only to have Seth Rollins come out and fucking hit him with a goddamn chair.
And what was this?
It's bullshit, dude. And then the New Day, they interrupt, and then I don't know, man. It was really
okay. Here's where I'm gonna just start bitching. I don't know if I like face Rollins.
You know what? That's really interesting that you're saying that, because it's almost kind of like they're going to make him do all this shit, then, like, might as well fucking fuck it. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, because they've shown him doing a couple of instances where he would pull the chair out, and it's like, okay, just make him go heel already. Fuck it.
Right. Like, why not just and he was so good with that cackling laugh when he was the champion. He had that fucking blonde streak in his hair, and Brock Lesnar threw a car door at him. Like,
I remember that blonde streak.
That was great, Seth Rollins. Now you get Seth Rollins. He's a face, but he's not like, I don't know. They're trying to do this whole stone cold badass thing. And I hate to say it, I think it worked better with his girlfriend than it's working with him.
Oh my God.
I think that if they're going to go with that same gimmick of Seth Rollins, the Beast Slayer, and Becky Lynch, the Man, I just think he'd be so much better as a heel, because you got Roman Reigns, who's one of the biggest faces in the company, feuding now with fucking Shane McMahon on every show. I mean, I didn't watch 205 Live, but maybe they were on there too. Like, why is Shane McMahon on every show? And in fact, I actually talked about this in the news because there's a report in Forbes magazine, or Forbes is reporting that the roster is pissed backstage that Shane McMahon is getting such a huge push. It's infuriating. Its stars backstage. That's what it said.
I can only imagine what the stars are feeling, dude.
Yeah.
Because legit, like, all you see is Shane McMahon. And I was like, okay, enough already, dude. Enough.
Yeah. The quote from the source is, we've not heard of Shane being criticized personally, but that the decision to heavily feature Shane McMahon in the middle of a wild card scenario that already limits screen time for others is infuriating.
God. Yeah.
You know that they have lost about 25% of their audience between WrestleMania 34 and WrestleMania 35. 25% of their audience.
Damn.
Isn't that crazy?
Yana? That is fucking crazy, dude. That's fucking crazy. I don't know, man. The rest of the show, just to wrap up Raw, you had New Day versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn and Baron Corbin. Best out of 2 out of 3 falls match. New Day ends up winning. And then, Paul Heyman fucking comes out. More promo shit. Okay. Then we have the Usos versus the Good Brothers. All right. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. Really quick fucking match. And of course the Usos win. And dude, like, what the fuck, man?
I feel like they're just resurrecting the old talent that hasn't been there and just having them get buried again. Like, oh, hey, remember this guy? Yeah, they lose.
Fucking lame.
Like, it's bullshit.
It's bullshit.
And
it's bullshit.
There has been reports that, since AJ re-signed a few weeks ago to a long-term deal, that Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows are not re-signing. And apparently their contract is up in September. So,
well, you know what? AEW's calling.
Yeah, exactly.
AEW
Exactly.
calling. I really so badly, because I saw them backstage, you know,
Mhm.
and I really just wanted to like come up to them and be like, "Hey guys, you know, so when are you all?" I was like, "That's probably inappropriate backstage talk to
Oh
randomly
my
fucking
god.
bring up." Anyways, then we had more promos. Roman Reigns comes out for another promo. Dude, I swear to God, it was all fucking promo after promo. It was fucking annoying. Then we had
Well, the
Nikki.
thing is, too, Cruz, this is the go home show for that Stomping Grounds pay per view, which is
I,
happening on Sunday.
I know, which we're gonna go over in a minute. Did you watch SmackDown at all? Because okay, to close down fucking Monday Night Raw, which I did stay for because I was like, I was the only one cheering for Seth Rollins to tap. But anyways,
I believe the quote was "tap bitch."
exactly, tap bitch. It's in
Yep.
the video. You can hear me saying it. Seth Rollins
Yep.
versus DB. I like Captain Planet.
I think
The
he's one of the best
former
fucking
the
people on the
former
roster.
the former Planets champion, right?
Yep.
If you will.
Yep.
He's fucking really little in person. But anyways.
Wow, Cruz letting the hatred for short people
Hey,
creep in again.
listen, my girlfriend, you want to know what she said to me because she likes tall guys, all right?
Oh,
You know what
she
she
hates short guys too?
Well,
Great.
no, but she was cheering for DB. She was cheering with me for fucking Seth to tap when fucking DB had him in that submission hold. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But what was funny is, and I think I have it on video of her saying it. I might not have posted that video, but I do have a video on my phone where you can hear us bantering back and forth as I'm videotaping the fight. And she says, in regards to DB, he's fun sized.
She called him fun size?
She called him fun sized.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Wow. Well, that is rough.
Oh God.
SmackDown, I mean, I caught some of it.
I know. I mean, you have Dolph Ziggler that's back all of a sudden.
Let's
That's where
talk about
I'm
Bray
thinking.
Wyatt.
Okay. Oh yeah, Bray Wyatt. Oh.
So does this mean he's gonna show up at Stomping Grounds the way that they
I feel like
ended his little
okay.
segment?
Remember how we talked before in the past, Vance, about how like, okay, if they're gonna, I mentioned personally how I was like, I need to see a little bit more of this Bray Wyatt, fucking funhouse, right? I need to see more Firefly Funhouse, a couple more episodes before you actually give me Bray Wyatt, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about this before. Now I'm thinking we have a pay-per-view coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like we've mentioned this as well before in the past, how like if they are going to fucking reintroduce him rather, right? I think reintroduce would be the proper word, right? Reintroducing Bray Wyatt would be perfect at a pay-per-view, no? But Stomping Grounds, I mean, what are your thoughts, Vance? What are your thoughts? Do you want to see? Are we ready? Are we ready to see?
Where would you
Bray
put him?
Wyatt?
Where would you put him?
That's my question. Like, I don't know where they would put him, because it's like
I would rather see this. I'd rather see like next week on Raw, Bray Wyatt's back, okay, and he debuts against like some enhancement talent, and maybe
enhancement.
he beats them as Mr. Rogers, and then maybe he loses against the main roster guy as the Mr. Rogers guy. And then the Fiend comes out and fucking beats the shit out of somebody. So I'd like to see maybe a gradual Bray Wyatt reintroduction, then have him be fucking Baron Corbin's special referee or something stupid, which I would not put past the writers in WWE at all if he shows up as the fucking special ref for that Baron Corbin match. Because I don't know who are they going to pick?
Yeah, that's true. I don't know, man.
I think there were some rumors that it may be Daniel Bryan.
Really?
But Daniel Bryan's also fighting with Rowan against Heavy Machinery.
Yeah, you're right. They are. It's a fucking
so
for the
like,
tag championship.
Who do you think is going to be the special referee?
I'm trying to think of who's not on the card. We'd have to like go over. Let's just go over. Let's just get right into it, Vance. Let's go over the Stomping Grounds card. You wanted to do that, and then we can try and figure out who is not on the card and kind of decide who we think is going to end up being the guest referee, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, let's do it.
Kicking things off is going to be the Cruiserweight Championship with the current champ, Tony Nese. And this is going to be a triple threat match, Vance. Tony Nese versus Drew Gulak versus Akira Tozawa.
Okay. I am gonna go with Tony Nese.
I think that he's going to retain as well. He hasn't been champ. He has not been champ for very long. So yeah, I'm gonna go with
No.
Tony Nese as well. I'm gonna go with Tony Nese as well. Then we have Biggie and Xavier Woods versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And I don't know, the way KO and Sami Zayn have been lately, I feel like they're gonna give it to Biggie and Xavier Woods. Thoughts, man?
Well, I mean, I'm trying to think of what they did. What did they do? They ejected him from ringside for the first match, right?
Are
On
you talking about
SmackDown,
on SmackDown?
and then they had the Seth Rollins and Kofi versus Sammy and Kevin. Yeah, they beat him
Yeah.
2-0. Yeah, like they have to win. They have to win.
Oh yeah, it was
Rollins,
it was a 2 out of
fucking
3 falls. It was a 2 out of 3 falls.
yeah, and they
on
lost
SmackDown.
2-0.
Yeah, yeah. Kingston and Rollins
yeah,
were the
I
ones
think
that won.
I-
That won.
you got to have Owens and Zayn go over. I know Big E's back for the first time and whatever, but like,
So you think
give
Kevin
these
Owens
guys
and
a
Sami
fucking
Zayn?
win.
Yeah, I know. That's true. I would like to see KO and Sami win, but I just feel like with the way things have been going, I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Maybe they will give it to KO and Sami.
I hope so.
Me too. Then we have Daniel Bryan and Rowan versus Heavy Machinery for the SmackDown tag titles, Vance. And I'm gonna go with the Captain Planet and his fucking redwood tree winning.
His redwood tree. Is that what you just called Rowan?
Yes, because they call this. Haven't you heard them refer to him as a redwood? Because he's so tall and he's got red hair. They're like, all right, you fucking
I guess that
redwood.
makes sense.
And Daniel,
Yeah. And I don't see them losing to a fucking a comedy tag team.
No. I would be really surprised if Heavy Machinery took the win for that one. So I'm gonna go with DB and Rowan. Then for the US title, Vance, we got Samoa Joe versus Ricochet.
This should be a good match.
I think
This
it's gonna
should actually be a really good match.
I think it's gonna be a good match. I would be very surprised if they took the title off of Samoa Joe and gave it to Ricochet. It'd be
Too
cool to
early.
see. It would be, and that's exactly what I was gonna say. I was gonna say I think it's too early for that. I would be stoked if Ricochet won, but I just don't see that happening. So I'm gonna go with Samoa Joe.
Okay, I agree. Samoa Joe.
Then we haven't we seen this already? God,
Fucking 3 times we've seen this, man.
Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. Ugh.
Ugh.
How many
cares?
times? How many
Who
times?
cares?
Yeah, who cares? Seriously.
Who won the last 3? Roman Reigns?
I don't fucking know. I think Roman, right?
Whatever.
I lost
Okay.
count because every time their match comes on, I go to the bathroom. It's a bathroom break.
I like
match.
Drew McIntyre too. Like,
No,
I
that's
when he
the
beat the
thing.
shit out of Heath Slater.
I love the Scottish psychopath. Love the Scottish psychopath. But I'm just tired of seeing him up against Roman, and it's fucking dumb. So
I think they just have nothing to do with Roman now that Seth's champion. They have no idea. They weren't expecting him back so quick. They got the title now on Seth. They can't have Seth and Roman fucking feud for the title, unless one of them goes heel. And I don't see Roman Reigns going heel or Seth Rollins going heel anytime soon.
Yep, exactly.
Because basically the Shield is dead. Shield's
dead. It's done. It's done. It's a done deal.
They can fucking have those, have Rollins turn.
I would like to see Rollins turn. We've talked about this before, though, how we would like to see fucking Rollins turn. And then we have for the SmackDown. Okay, here comes the fucking, I guess, the wild card rule, because isn't Alexa still on Raw?
Yes.
Okay, so it's going to be Bayley versus Alexa Bliss for the SmackDown Women's title.
I mean, you're not going to take it off Bayley. What if Sasha Banks interferes?
Well, are we going to go over something in the news that has to do with fucking Sasha by any chance?
No, but maybe
because
Sasha Banks lost Bayley.
Because I saw a rumor that Sasha was coming back.
Well, here's the thing. She has been in constant contact with WWE officials, according to backstage sources. But I would. That's a great way to reintroduce Sasha. Have us a heel Sasha. Fucking cost Bayley the title. You get Alexa winning the title. Now you have Sasha and Bayley. Alexa can feud with whoever. This could be good.
Interesting. So
I'm going to go with Alexa Bliss winning the SmackDown Women's Championship.
Interesting. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Who do you think?
I don't want. I feel like they're not going to take the belt off of Bailey just yet.
Mm,
So I'm gonna go with Bailey on this one.
okay.
All right. Then we have Becky Lynch versus Lacey Evans again.
Hmm.
By the way, they had a dark match on Monday Night Raw after Monday Night
Hey,
Raw
who
was
won
over.
that match?
I don't know because I left. I left. I was like, you know what? Seen enough of this. I'm leaving. We're gonna see it again on Sunday, so who cares? Becky Lynch versus Lacey Evans for the Raw title. I don't think they're gonna take the belt off of Lynch, so I'm gonna go with Lynch.
I concur with that statement.
You know, I like watching Lacey, throw punches at Lynch every now and again, but I think Becky's going to retain.
Yeah.
Then we have a steel cage match for the WWE Championship. Again, these two fucking guys versus each other again. Kofi Kingston versus Dolph Ziggler.
Let's just put Kofi Kingston over. Dolph Ziggler goes and disappears and does comedy for the next 6 months.
I mean, didn't he disappear then come back? Why did he come back? I thought wasn't there? Didn't we say something in the news about how like Dolph's fucking contract is
absence.
Yeah, wasn't it
to do comedy?
Yeah, and then like he also got offered some production something. Remember, like what wasn't there like also something weird where they offered him a production gig or whatever,
like an agent gig or something,
and he turned it down, and then like I'm so confused that he's back. I'm like, what the fuck? And he came back just in time for WWE to then Blood Money Part 2.
Yep.
Isn't that a coinkydink? Yep. Coinkydink? I think not. Okay, anyways.
Dink.
Then finally we have for the Universal Championship, Seth Rollins versus Baron Corbin.
With the special guest referee to be named.
And we still don't know. They said it was supposed to originally it was supposed to be Sammy KO and Sami Zayn made that announcement on Monday Night Raw how like, oh no, it's not us. It's gonna be EC3. EC3 got his ass kicked. So I'm gonna guess it's not EC3. So who's it gonna be, Vance? Who's it gonna be?
What if it's Shane McMahon?
Oh God.
And Baron Corbin beats Seth Rollins. What if Baron Corbin on Monday was your Universal Champion? How would you feel, Cruz?
I mean, that would be really fucking wild, bro.
Would you support that?
I hate Baron Corbin. Why do you think I would support that?
You do.
I hate him so much. I hate him.
Why is he so featured?
I don't fucking know, dude. Like,
all right, so let's talk about this card because here's what I want to ask you. Let's talk about who's not on this card.
Okay, let's talk about
Braun Strowman, not on the card.
Correct. Braun Strowman's not on the card. All right.
Aleister Black, not on the card.
Not on the card. Nope.
Elias, not on the card.
Nope.
Let's talk about your Intercontinental Champion. Not on the card. Mr. Finn Balor.
Oh, yeah. Finn Balor, not on the card. Nope.
You know, I'm sure they're going to do some kind of 24/7 championship bullshit on the card. So we'll see our favorite, R-Truth. And he won the title back at Drake Maverick's wedding on Saturday.
Yes. Oh, he did?
He won it at the wedding.
Okay.
Yeah, fun stuff. Fun stuff at the wedding. Let's see who else is not on the card. We also have in the women's department, we have nobody on the card. I mean, Dana Brooke, who they just tried to feature, not on the card.
Not on the card.
I mean, Asuka, the Kabuki Warriors, not on the card. Like, what the
there's
fuck?
A bunch. Yeah, there's a bunch of women not on the card either. Like if you look at also like, okay, Naomi's not on the card. Yep. You don't have Sonya Deville or your girl Mandy Rose. None of the women.
Fuck off, Cruz.
There's so many.
Girl,
shut up, Vance. Shut up. I'm not sorry. Anyways, no, but seriously though, if you think about it, they have the same fucking faces that we see all the fucking time, dude. How many times have we seen Roman versus Drew? This is like the same recycled bullshit that it's like, is creative getting lost? Are they bored? You know, my girlfriend even yelled when there was a bunch of promos after promos happening on Monday Night Raw. Like, are you guys like out of fucking stuff? Like, what's happening? Like, you know what I mean? Like, yep. It's the same retired shit. How many times do we have to watch Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre and Lacey Evans versus fucking Becky Lynch? How many times do we got to see the same shit? How many times?
here's the thing. I just don't think that they think it's as bad as we think it is.
And didn't
They
we
just
see?
can't.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't it Rollins versus Corbin at fucking WWE Blood Money?
Yes.
What the
Yes.
hell,
Oh, do
man?
you think we'll see Brock Lesnar show up at this?
I mean, he's
What if
still.
Brock Lesnar is a special guest referee?
You know what? I wouldn't put it past them to do that, Vance.
Or
And I mean,
fucking Paul
and
Heyman?
remember, Paul Heyman was there on Monday Night Raw with his little fucking
Yep.
promo and whatnot. So I mean, anything is possible at this point, dude.
It's so fucking terrible.
I don't know,
It's so
dude.
terrible.
I don't know. It's just it's very hard for me to enjoy the current product. It's funny because, you know, I did post, why wouldn't I post? You know, like I was very happy and pleased to have been invited to come out to Monday Night Raw on Monday. But all my fans are commenting, "Oh my god, what'd you think of the show?" And I'm like, I have to be honest, and I'm like, the show was lame. You know? Like the shit that I saw, I'm like, dude, what the hell, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I'm still spoiled from AEW's Double or Nothing or what, but like something needs to change, Vance. Wouldn't you agree?
It's got to. It's got to. I mean, they don't have an option. AEW is really. I mean, here's the thing. I know AEW is a bunch of hype right now, but you got to remember they have a major fucking television deal with TNT. You know, they're selling out 3 times fold what the capacity is in buildings that they're holding their shows at. So I would call that a legit. They're stealing. They got John. They have your Grand Slam champion from one of the biggest stables in the history of the company arriving in their company. You know, there's too many good things with this for this not to be a legitimate threat. You know, do I think it's going to be a threat as far as impacting the money of Vince McMahon or impacting the, you know, the company itself, like going under? No, I don't think it's like that. But I do think that talent is going to be at risk for being stolen by AEW. I totally think that ratings are at risk with AEW. And I think the most important thing is I think AEW is going to move a hell of a lot more merchandise than WWE because you got the Young Bucks, top merchandise sellers, you know, ever. You got John Moxley, whose shirt is already sold out for AEW. Yeah, you know, you got huge fucking deals going on, and WWE is just doing nothing about it. They're acting like it's not there. However, did you see Stephanie McMahon? I was going to bring this up in the news. Should we go to news? Is it news time?
Vance, do you hear that sound?
Wait, is that the news sound?
That's the news, Vance.
I believe it's time for the news. So Stephanie McMahon has publicly stated, she was interviewed, of what AEW means for pro wrestling. Okay. And what she said was she agreed. She said, you know, I think it's going to force everybody to be the best that they can. And she walked off. So she agreed. Competition is good for sports entertainment. And this is exactly what I want you to go back, Cruz, and watch the fucking Monday Night Wars documentary, just the first 2 episodes, and you'll understand completely what AEW could be capable of and how close WWE
was have to do that.
to losing everything to WCW. You know, just because they get lazy, they get content. Like, we're a monopoly. We're the only game in town. Fuck everybody. We'll put Baron Corbin on fucking 3 segments. We'll have Shane McMahon between both shows. And you know what? The people are saying, fuck you. So that was newsworthy. The Stephanie McMahon finally addressed AEW. Also in the news, Nikki Bella is officially retired. She has a brain cyst. A benign cyst on her brain. Yeah.
Shit. Speaking of Nikki Bella, I ran into her ex backstage.
Oh, how's his hair?
Normal. It's back to
okay.
normal.
Okay.
No, I just casually, like when we actually first got back there, like I just saw him talking to someone. I didn't say hi to him or anything like that, but I just turned and looked and I was like, oh, look, it's John Cena. All right, cool. And he wasn't on air, obviously. So I feel like He was probably hanging
I wonder
out
what
with
he's
Vince
doing there.
McMahon
Yeah,
or something. I have
maybe
no
doing a
idea.
Make-A-Wish thing.
Could be actually. Could be. That makes sense.
Big
But
Make-A-Wish
anyways,
thing.
I digress. So sorry to deter that as you're talking about
Yeah,
Nikki
no,
Bella's
no.
fucking cyst in her brain. I'm all, oh yeah, I saw her ex. Okay, anyways, kind of an
Okay,
asshole move, Cruz.
we're
Kind of
both
an
on
asshole
AD.
move.
We both have ADD. Okay. Also, there's been news reports backstage that WWE has not had a favorable reaction to stars that pitch storylines under the guise that current programming isn't good. So what that means is that stories pitched that insinuate incompetence on behalf of WWE are looked down upon and quickly dismissed. So basically, they don't want to know. They're so blind that if you got guys coming up, I mean, you got that interview that came out with Dean Ambrose, or John Moxley,
Right,
that
right.
he either rejected or ignored the ideas that he had. Remember all the shit that he was going to say?
Yes, and then also how like if he wanted to change something, there was a whole process, right? There was a
Yep.
whole process, and you had to like get it approved and yada yada yada. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So basically, the direct input is not allowed based on your character in WWE, is what I get from that. Also in the news,
Okay.
speaking of characters, Lars Sullivan is out for 6 to 9 months with a knee injury. I just can't catch a break. Starting to remind me of
Wow.
Snitsky. Remember Snitsky?
No.
Snitsky was like this big hyped up guy, and he just kept getting fucking injured, and then he sucked, and it was terrible, and then got fired. So I'm hoping it doesn't go that way for him.
Dang, dude. Oh my
Yep.
god.
John Moxley, more John Moxley news. So he will compete in the G1, but he will not be competing in the Dallas show because apparently AEW owns the U.S. rights to John Moxley. So the opening kickoff for G1 is in Dallas in 2 weeks. John Moxley will not be there, but he will be in the G1 in Japan.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Backstage. Where's my other news? Oh, WWE is teaming up with Netflix for a new movie.
WWE is.
Yep, all they're saying it's a live action family movie called The Main Event, and it's directed by the guy who directed Parks and Rec. So it could be interesting.
Interesting.
Kofi
Okay.
Kingston, The Miz, they are set to star so far. This is the first WWE Netflix joint.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Wonder if it'll be any good.
I mean, we're talking a WWE family-friendly movie. Basically, okay, so here's what it's about. Here, you want me to pitch you on it, Cruz?
All right, pitch me on it, Vance. Pitch me on it.
Okay,
I'm listening.
let me tell you what the WWE movie is about. Let's see. Hold on. It's not coming up here. Okay. Here it is. Okay. So basically, it is about a live action family movie that basically this young boy who he loves wrestling. He finds a magical mask that enables him to compete in WWE, and he is known as Spaghetti Man.
That's his wrestling name?
Spaghetti
Man?
Man.
Go
Sheamus,
on.
The Miz, and Kofi Kingston will star against Spaghetti Man. So even fuck, are you kidding me right now?
Oh boy.
Vince needs to go. He needs to go.
What are you reading?
Dude, it's Vince. It's got to be who's making these deals. All right, so what if we did this movie?
And his name is Spaghetti Man.
We have Spaghetti Man. He puts on the mask and he becomes Spaghetti Man. Damn it. Oh God. AEW sold out. All Out is sold out. 15 minutes it took, Cruz. 15 minutes it took. We tried to get tickets. We may have a connect to get us tickets. We shall see. But apparently if you took the numbers, there were 137,000 people in the queue at once.
God damn.
Crew,
Gee.
137,000 people.
That's a lot of fucking people, bro.
That's a lot of people. Okay, new fun stuff. WWE returning to Saudi Arabia November 1st.
What the fuck is happening? Are you serious?
It's the next 10 years, dude. This is it. Vince is making money off these Saudi deals and the TV deal. And he's like, I don't even need a good product.
Oh my god, that's awful.
No fucks given by the McMahon. But apparently, Saudi Arabia only wants these shows on Friday, and in the fall, SmackDown moves to Fox on Friday.
On Fridays,
So
yep.
they're going to have to split the crews for the Saudi Arabian thing. So there's all kinds of drama with that now.
Jesus Christ.
And then finally, Jacob Fat 2, who is related to the Anoa'i family, you know, Roman Reigns, The Rock, Tonga Kid.
Yeah, that's the Usos. The Usos' real last name is
Usos, exactly. Yeah. He is getting a lot of interest in being signed to WWE, and also AEW is looking into him.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jacob Fat 2, the guy's a monster. You gotta look him up on YouTubes.
On the YouTubes? I'll have to check him out on the YouTubes.
But yeah, I mean, the rumor apparently with Shane McMahon, I'm just looking this up now, is that he will be the one to take the title off Kofi.
You know,
Wow.
I keep hearing and seeing these like ideas, if you will, that he's going to be the one to do that. So, Vance, what are your thoughts?
I can't wait for AEW to start.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that statement.
I can't wait for the G1 to start. That'll be a fun fucking time.
That's going to be exciting.
12 days of wrestling, 14 days of wrestling.
Yeah, that's going to be exciting. That's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting for sure.
So,
for sure.
Here's some fun fact. John Cena has overtaken Brock Lesnar as WWE's highest paid wrestler.
Wait. John Cena has.
Yep.
I believe it. I believe it. He's like one of fucking Vince's golden boys or whatever you want to call it. For fuck's sake, man.
Forbes estimating that Cena made about $12 million.
Dang.
However, you know what The Rock made?
Yeah, the Rock, I'm sure.
Dude, $65 million.
Goddamn, Jenna. Jesus.
Dude. And now he's got a tequila company and shit. It's fucking crazy.
I mean, The Rock is like the most successful, like legit, bro. Like, you know?
Yes, I agree. That's your news, Cruz. What are your thoughts?
I mean, fucking hell, dude. Fucking hell. I don't know. So much to take in right now, but I don't know. I think just so that we're clear here, so that people listening, you know, they're not, you guys are just bashing WWE and yet you're just a fucking another AEW, blah, 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 blah. Because I'll tell you what, I ran into one of my homies after the show on Monday Night Raw. And I had no idea what his thoughts or feelings were on AEW. And I started talking about how I went and I was there. And he kind of talked shit. He was just like, oh, yeah, the Young Bucks, oh, yeah, they're trying, whatever. Like, legitimately was talking shit. And I was like, dang, dude, like, you don't got to fucking hate. You know what I mean? And it's like, I'm not choosing sides here. It's just, I feel like I'm not really that excited over what WWE is putting out right now because what they're putting out is shit after shit after shit. I'm not saying that I'm going to stop watching, you know what I mean? Like, but I am going to say that that's my feelings on the matter. And AEW, if you missed it, if you're one of those WWE marks, whatever you want to fucking call yourself, you know what I mean? Like a true loyalist, whatever, a lot of people are like, oh, I'm just a loyal fucking WWE fan or whatever. You need to like expand your mind, open your horizons. Enjoy wrestling. We enjoy wrestling. It's not just about, like what's the better product? What's the shittier product? What's this and that? Like we're reviewing wrestling. That's what this podcast is about. And right now, if you can't agree that, WWE has been putting out a bunch of shit, Jesus fucking Christ, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay to think that something is shitty. I'm not saying the overall product is shitty. I'm just saying currently what they're putting out is fucking shit. And I'm getting more and more excited about the other stuff. We got Fyter Fest coming up. Isn't Fyter Fest the next thing coming up?
Fyter Fest is on the 29th.
Is it the
They get
29th?
Fight for the Fallen, and they get All Out August 29th.
And then August, and we may or may not be going there, Vance. Who knows,
Yeah, I mean, I'm down, Cruz.
Might have a connect there, so we shall see. But yeah, so we'll see what Stomping Grounds puts out on Sunday. We're gonna watch it, even though we're talking shit now.
I'll have it on the background while I'm doing something else more important.
I'll have it in the background while I play video games. I'll be playing video games while it's playing in the background.
Wadding up.
Yep. So, all right, Vance, I think this podcast has gone well over.
I would say so, Cruz. And I mean, if there's anything I'd like to say, it's that WWE just needs to get back on it, man.
Yeah, they need to get back on it.
I really want, and the homework tonight for the audience is to watch that fucking Monday Night Wars documentary, just the first couple episodes, just to see where we could be at with an AEW WWE feud.
Yeah. I'm gonna, that's gonna be my homework too, because I'm gonna fucking do that shit. I'm gonna watch it.
It was really good. It was really good.
Dang, man. Well, Vance, where can everybody find you online?
Cruz, they can find me all over the place at That Guy Vance.
And you can find me at Annie fucking Cruz on Twitter, at Annie Cruz on Instagram. And of course, you can follow us at Going Over Podcast on Instagram, at Going Over Pod on Twitter. Vance, this is Cruz the Crusher going over and out.
And this is Stone Cold Steve Vance saying good night and good luck.
Thanks for listening to Going Over. Be sure to rate us 5 stars and follow us on Instagram at Going Over Podcast and on Twitter at Going Over Pod. Also, don't forget, we stream this podcast live every Thursday on our YouTube channel at goingovertv.com, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 4:30 p.m. Pacific Time. Visit goingoverpodcast.com for more information.